Hey, what's up everybody? Z here. Today I'm going to do an update of my system. If you are the first time seeing this tank is a custom build. Total volume I think is 150 gallon, just the tank. The size is 60 by 24 by 24 inches. And it has an overflow box, goes to the sump underneath it. Alrighty, let's start from the left side, which is mainly LPS side. I keep the Euphilia and mainly LPS on the left side since they sting other corals. So that's why I put all the torch together. They are getting along with each other well. So yeah, as you can see, they are growing very well. It's relatively easy to keep coral, and it grows fast compared to other LPS corals, and it's wavy and colorful. Yeah. Also, they breed in your tank, and they kind of spread out. As you can, there are a couple of them in the garden. Can't really tell. I think this one and the one and that one. So those two are the baby torch coral that spawn in the system. Alrighty, and okay. Also, there are two torches here. Those are also babies that spawned, but they don't get enough light here, so they grow very slow. And I kind of want to keep that way because the SPS up there. If the torch down there gets big, yeah, that's gonna be a disaster. And the problem with those baby torches is their base. As you can, if you can see it closely, I can't really see the base. You know that when you buy torches from the store, usually you will see a branching structure. So you buy like kind of by heads, right? So you buy 2 heads, 3 heads. So usually they are kind of branched and easy to distinguish. But for the torch coral that spawn in the system, you can't really see the branch. It kind of just, you know, it's weird. And I guess when they gets really big, eventually, so I can see the branch. But right now, even like the one that big, I can't even see the branch. It's almost felt like it's an encrusting coral, but yeah, that's just torch. Alrighty, enough about the torch coral. Down here you can see this bounce mushroom. It's growing like really fast right now, and it felt like it cramped in that small space, and that's intended because I'm pretty sure this kind of mushroom will sting other corals. That's why I kind of keep it this way. They cannot really grow up because the shade under the torch coral, and I think the torch is gonna prevent them growing up. So yeah, right now I think the bounce it's getting more and more because I think the energy, there's no way to you know, dispense energy, I guess. But yeah, I might somehow kind of frag a little bit, just kind of clean up this kind of a rock, this part of the rock, but we'll see. This is the rock flower anemone. The jawfish kind of really we escape this part, and it basically create a little hill with the sand bed. It's very interesting. So I can really see the rock flower anemone from the side. It's pretty cool. Alrighty, yeah, clam. Nothing too much about it. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. What I do with the clam, I put a small kind of pebble under its foot, so it doesn't really so it doesn't struggle of finding place to anchor on the sandbed. So basically I just put a small rock or pebble underneath it, so you can use that as an anchor to turn around. And that's the frog spawn. It's getting really big, even though I fragged it, and I think, yeah, it's just getting too big. I might get some hammer coral later, but for now, I don't really think I have a place for the corals. As you can see, the rock, that's rainbow clove. It's growing well right now. Before, it was kind of a stump because my frog spawn is all over it. It's kind of shady and stain them. But right now, since I kind of fragged the frog spawn, they're kind of just, yeah, they start to grow like crazy. I don't mind any covers on my rocks, but yeah, it just it looks way better than the other kind of I think it was called blue variant, like blue clove kind of coral. I can't remember the name, but that one grows fast as well. It just covers your rock, and yeah, pretty nasty gets later down. But for this one, I don't really mind because sorry about that. Because this is a torch rock, so I'm not sure if it's gonna, as you can see, it's kind of getting stained by the torch. So basically, it's gonna grow around the torch. Yeah, that's kind of the way I want it. Yeah. Anyway, so let's take a look about the SPS side. Currently, I'm having an issue with SPS mainly because it's just growing too fast. It's just the SPS that I don't really like very much. No, I wouldn't say I don't like very much. Well, I would say last favorite SPS coral grows very fast, and some of my favorite SPS grow slow, and I don't have enough space for them. So basically, the slow grower eventually will get killed by the fast grower because the fast grower is gonna grow over it and basically shading everybody. Like this one, it's growing very fast and it's shading my little Ferrari and also the pink lemonade behind it. Yeah, this one is just crazy and looks like a mini, but I don't think it's a mini. It just has this like really fuzzy poly extension. Looks very cool, but the color is kind of dull. But anyway, I will need to fry this again. Right now, I feel like I just cannot keep up with the trimming, and I see my calcium really taking a dip. I'm not sure which one's growing really fast. I think all of them are right now. Yeah, that's the problem, because when you have a lot of SPS growing really fast, the parameters, it's just gonna take a dip, and it's really hard for me to keep it stable because they just use too much, and I have to adjust almost like every week. Yeah, that's basically the problem with the SPS right now. They are just growing too fast, and I cannot keep up with the trimming. And even though I can trim it, I don't really have enough space in my frag tank. As you can see, almost all the place basically taken by the frog spawn anyway. Yeah, so basically when I frag a coral, essentially I'm just gonna put it back on itself, I would say. So for instance, for this green slammer, when I frag it, I usually just kind of stack it back on itself, and eventually they're gonna grow back together. So yeah. What else? So other corals on the side, those are some other LPS because they don't require as much as light as the SPS top. So I just put them down here. They're still going well. So yeah, it just it's going to be a little bit slower because they don't have enough light. But they don't really lose color or die off something. They just grow a little bit slower. Especially the Blasto Musa here. They are like naturally a slow grower, so yeah, they don't require as much light as the of course the SBS up top. The other update, yeah, I see the long tentacle Japanese Japanese long tentacle toadstool. It's getting really big right now. The problem with soft coral or leather coral in general that they release some kind of toxic in the water, so they make sure in the wild they have enough space to grow. They basically try to kill other corals around it so they can take up as much as real estate as they can. This also happens in our aquarium. So what you want to do is basically you want to run carbon to kind of mitigate some of that effect. Right now, I think it's kind of affecting my sunset mini at the top. I'm not 100% sure. It might also because my phosphate is kind of out of control right now. But yeah, I just put the GFO in a couple days ago. I usually do not run GFO 24/7. I only use it whenever I need it. It's usually when I found that cyanobacteria kind of growing everywhere. That's where I usually put in the GFO right away to kind of help fighting the cyanobacteria. It's just usually a sign of that you have elevated the phosphate. All right, further right, I think this is the Acropora. It's also growing out of control right now, and it's basically fighting real estate with this rainbow loom. I just fragged it about a couple weeks ago. Now they're just touching again. I kind of give up fragging them because they kind of really close. It's hard for me to put the clip or the what's that called, the bone cutter in. So yeah, I'll see who wins. I think maybe it's the rainbow loom wins. If I can see under there, if I can get a focus. No, I can't. But yeah, I can see it. So basically, rainbow loom will kill your Acropora. Yeah, so maybe I need to frag the rainbow loom a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see. And there's a Acropora also here. It's a Minipora. I can't really remember what's the name, but it's kind of just a regular pink mini or red mini. We'll see when it grows to a colony what it's going to be look like. It's really cool right now because the polyp extension, I think is the it's really, the polyp extension is really cool. I'm not sure if you are able to see it. Try to focus in. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, it's kind of regular pink mini or so. I'm not sure what it really looks like because from this angle it's hard to see. Probably it's better to see it on the top. Alrighty, further right on the wall there's a Galaxia. Why do I say Galaxia? Just Galaxia coral. I'm not sure because the frag tank here I can't really put my camera in, but yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I fragged it a bit because I started to kill my Bizarro Cyphastra. Since that's kind of one of my favorite coral in the tank. It's not really doing well. I think it's just because it's getting getting stung by this galaxy here, so I fragged a little bit. Just make sure, maybe I need to frag a little bit more here. So yeah, so it doesn't touch the Bizarro Sapphire. Alrighty, that's the update on this side. Oh, by the way, the I think it was WWC Yellow Tip Tour. It's also growing out of control right now. I start to shade a little bit of my Sunset Melee here. So yeah, I maybe just need to go in and start to cut. Yeah, just doing crazy. Yeah, that's the problem when you have a SPS system, because once SPS start to grow, they just grow out of control. Alrighty, let's get to the other side. I'm just gonna stop by in the middle because that's basically my favorite view of the tank. Alrighty. Okay, this elegant squirrel. Not sure you can see the size. It's just too big, I would say. I'm really trying to get rid of this elegant squirrel because it's really big. I think it's too big for my tank even. As you can see, it's kind of cranked in this corner, although it's doing well, but yeah, I think it needs a lot more space than this. Right now it's just in the corner because it stings everything and it just kills everything it touches. And I don't even want to touch it with my hands because it will sting my hand, and it kind of, my hand just feels itchy after that. So yeah, it just really pack a punch. Alright, this is another Japanese torso leather. It's also kind of long tentacle one, but this one doesn't really grow as fast. Maybe I prefer that way because if it gets big, I don't really know where I can stick it. So yeah. This side doesn't have much update. Aiken's going well. Well, I wouldn't say doing well. It's doing okay because I don't have enough nutrient. Kind of looks sad, I would say. Supposed to be fluffy. Yeah, but well, it kind of fluffy, but it's not really big. Anyway, the spicy lemon here, as you can see here, spicy lemon kind of prefer lower light. As you can see, when it being shaded, has more vibrant red and yellows, and when it's more exposed to the light, it's kind of dull color. So yeah, that's very interesting. And it's the Space Invader. Right now it started to picking up the growth. Before it was kind of just relatively growing very slow last year. Right now finally I think it's picking up some speed. This is a candy cane coral. It's very fluffy right now. This is kind of very unique one. I don't really see this kind of candy cane in the store. I only see those like neon green one, like everybody has. This one's very unique. It kind of change color. Sometimes in the middle it's neon green, sometimes just dull, and the kind of meat fluffy part sometimes is green, sometimes it's brown. Yeah, it's kind of very interesting. All right, up on top, there are some frags, of course. It's just the frags, boring. I'll talk about when it gets to kind of colony sites. Okay, so basically this is also SPS again. The red planet recently is doing very well right now. I have no idea why, but all the polyp extension is crazy. They are, yeah, it's almost cover all the kind of branch. Yeah, it's very cool. And as you can see, the body green slimer is approaching. Yeah, I need to cut that as soon as possible. And basically what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cut this piece, and I'm gonna throw in the middle of those body green slimer branches, and it will eventually just grow back together into the colony. Yeah, as you can see, the green slimer is growing crazy right now. It's just growing into each other. I can't really frag, and especially when you see here, I'm not sure, I think they are the same species, that's why it can kind of doesn't really hurt each other. They just grow together. I think the darker green one is also a slimer somehow, but yeah, they kind of look similar. It's just a different color, and that's why they don't really kill each other. They just kind of merge together. It's very interesting. And in those corals, it just became a kind of bed for my fish. They just sleep in there tonight, well, every night. They just watch themselves inside, and yeah, kind of very safe them, I guess. Alrighty, so this is a golden rod and Acropora. So it's relatively easy to keep coral. It's not as demand as the Acropora, and I think it prefers lower light and relatively lower flow. As you can see right now, it's kind of growing into a very weird shape. It kind of having some shade, some shield, kind of form shield against the flow. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Maybe it's too much flow for them, having this really kind of weird growth. Yeah, but the color is really cool. It's kind of really yellow, like banana yellow color. And okay, this is the Hellfire Melee. Right now start to pick up some growth. It was kind of just the one branch kind of Acropora in this tank, almost like a frag, for about a year. Right now it just started to grow. Now it's just, I think it's pounded by the flow. Yeah, hope it grows well. It's kind of a beacon in my tank. When this one doesn't do well, there are something serious wrong about my tank, and I need to really look into it. All right, that's just the regular green Aflo, I think. This is Red Diablo. It's the weirdest coral in the tank. It doesn't really look like other Red Diablo on the website or other on the internet. It just, yeah, it's weird. It kind of half dying, half growing. I can't really figure out why. It's just growing really fast, but at the same time, they're losing tissue. So weird. All right, so this is the fox flame here. It finally grows into a kind of baby colony, and as you can see, the west coast twort, that's the west coast twort. It's approaching, and I need to really frag this west coast twort. It's kind of going crazy right now. It's shooting up. Yeah, this section, it's kind of almost will look like this section here. Everything grows together, and it's gonna be a trimming disaster for me. I think I remember I read some forum before that you need to keep a distance between Acroporas as well. I would say few inches, but as you can see, few inches won't cut it. It just, you need at least about 6 or 7 inches, but nobody's gonna do that in the beginning because they just don't have enough space. if you do that, and your tank is gonna look better if you put SPS frags like 6-inch apart. Yeah. But yeah, that's what happens if you don't do that. Especially if you see the sun simile there, I would say 6-inch won't even cut it. That's about like you need 12-inch. Who's gonna do that in the beginning? Nobody. All right, that's the Monty, seasons greeting Monty. Yeah, easy to keep. Doesn't really demand anything. It grows everywhere, even with no light, as you can see the back. When everything is shaded, it still grows though. Yeah, it's very easy to keep grow. A little bit of the Monty digitata. I just kind of when I frag it, just fall. I'm kind of just left it there, and it just form a small branch. It's pretty cool, I would say. Red on green. What else? Yeah, this is the Acropora. As long as you don't point, I would say point your WaveMaker direct to it, it's gonna grow well. Doesn't really need too much light. It just needs some flow, with a medium to low and medium light. It's gonna grow like weed. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I think every Reef tank needs a gonia, for sure. Those are just the random Chinese coral. I think this one's really cool. I think it's called Mommy Eye Chinese coral. Very nice color, orange, yellow, green. Yeah, cool one. All right, that's the update of my system. Maybe take a look at the frag tank. Frag tank is boring, nothing really special, just the frags. Covered with coral algae. Yeah, nothing special. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.